Hello everyone. Today let us start class 6 mathematics playing with numbers. Continue to chapter 3 exercise 3.5. Second bit, as we have completed first bit in our earlier video, now let us move on to the second bit. Here are two different factor trees for 60. Write the missing numbers. So the given number is 60 and a factor tree is also given. You should write the factors of it, that is in the form of prime factorization. How to divide 60? First, 60 can be divided or written as in the form of 6 into 10. 6 tens are 60. Now, as we have two factors, both are composite numbers, we should write all the factors in as a prime number because we need to do prime factorization of a factor tree. Now, let me write 6. 6 can be written as 2 into 3. As you can see here, 2 and 3 both are prime factors. Now let us move on to 10. 10 also can be written as 2 into 5. So now check whether all the factors are composite prime or not. 2 is a prime number, 3 is a prime number, 2 is a prime number, 5 is a prime number. There is no composite number or composite factor here. Therefore we can write 60 is equal to 2 into 3 into 2 into 5. As you can see, all are the prime factors. You can see this as a prime factors. So this factor tree can be written in the form of 6 into 10 and 6 as 2 into 3, 10 as 2 into 5 and 60 is equal to 2 into 3 into 2 into 5. All are prime factors. Now let us move on to the second problem. That is B is 60. Same problem can be written with different factors. That is 60 can be written as 30 into what? 30 how much are 60? 30 2s are 60. As 2 is a prime factor, let us stop this here and move to the factors of 30. 30 can be written as 10 into 3. Already 10 is given here. 10 how much are 30? 10 3s are 30. Now as 3 is a prime factor, stop here, move to 10. Now factors of 10 are 2 into 5. 2 into 5. Now both are prime numbers, let me stop here. Then write therefore 60 is equal to, move from down, 2 into 5 into 3 into 2. 2 into 5 into 3 into 2. As you can see, all the given factors are prime factors. These are the possible tree structure of 60. Now let me start with third problem. Which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number? As you all know that prime factorization is the factorization which is dependent on prime number. That means the factors, all the factors which we write of a number should be prime. But here the question is which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number. I will explain this with an example. For example, if we consider 20. 20 cannot be written as 20 into 1. 20 cannot be written as 20 into 1 because 20 and 1 as a final factor. You can extend again, but 1 should not be taken because 1 is not a prime. Not a prime. So you cannot include 1 and the number itself. Number itself. And you may ask what will be the factor of 20? The prime factors of 20 are 4 into 5 and this 4 can be written as 2 into 2. So this is 2 into 2 into 5. So you can say that therefore 1 and the number itself are not included in prime factorization of a number. Prime factorization of a number. Prime factorization of a number. Let me repeat it once. The question is which factors are not included in the prime factorization of a composite number. As you can see, 20 is a composite number. First, what comes to your mind is the factors of 20. 1 20 is a 20 because 1 is the smallest number. But we cannot take 1 because 1 is not a prime number. Then how to divide 20? 20 can be divided into 4 into 5 or 2 into 10. As we have taken here 4 into 5, 4 can be divided as 2 into 2. So the prime factors are 2 into 2 into 5. This 2 and this 5. 2, 2, 5. 2 2s are 4, 4 5s are 20. So you can say that 1 and the number itself are not included in the prime factorization of a number. Now let me move on to the next number, that is write the 4-digit greatest number and express it in the terms of its prime numbers. Let me highlight this one, greatest 4-digit number. 4-digit number, greatest in the sense we have to write all the numbers as 9 because highest number in 4-digit is 9999. All the place values should get 9 here. Now write this in terms of prime factors. Now divide this number into prime numbers. How to write? First divide. As you can see, this is 9. You can divide with 9. 9 ones are 9 ones are 9 ones are 9 ones. That is 9 1111. If you don't understand, you can divide and see with 9. 9 ones are 9, 0, take this 9, ones are 9, 0, take this 9, ones are 9, 0, take this 9, ones are 9, 0. So this is 9 into 1111 gives you 9999. Now 9 can be written as 3 into 3. Let me stop this side of the tree because 3 into 3 are both are prime numbers. Now write 1111. How to divide 1111? Let me write here with 11. We can take only 11 because this is an odd number. We can try it with 11. 11 ones are 11. 11 minus 11 is 0. If you take this 1 down, the number is lesser than the divisor. Put a 0 in the quotient. Take one more number, that is 1. Again 11 ones are 11. 11 minus 11 is 0. I do repeat it. Divide 1111 divided by 11. That is, this is dividend and this is divisor. When you take 11, consider 11 first 2 digits because this is a 2-digit number. 11 ones are 11. 11 minus 11 is 0. Now take this next number 1 down. If you take 1 down, you cannot divide because this is a 2-digit number and this is a 1-digit number. So it doesn't divide this number because this is small. Put 0 in the quotient. Take this one more number down. One more 11. Now 11 ones are 11. 11 minus 11 is 0. So the factors of 1111 is 11 into 101. 11 into 101 both are prime. If you want, you can divide and see with any of the even number if they have factors or not. So now write 9999 as 3 into 3 into 11 into 101. Let me repeat this once. Write the greatest 4-digit number and express it in the terms of prime factors. First, write the greatest 4-digit number is 9999. Let me divide 9999 with 9. 9 ones are 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. Take this 9 down. Again 9 ones are 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. Take this 9 down. 9 ones are 9. 9 minus 9 is 0. Again the last 9. 9 ones are 9. That is 1111. 9 into 1111 is 9999. Now write only factors of 9, that is 3 into 3. Both are prime. Stop here. Now move on to 1111. As you have seen the division here, 11 into 101 gives you 1111. Therefore the factors of prime factors of 11 are, these are called prime factors because all the numbers are prime here. 3 into 3 into 11 into 101. Now let me move on to the fifth problem. write the smallest 5-digit number and express it in the form of its prime factors. You can see here smallest 5-digit number. As we all know, 5-digit number smallest is 10,000. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the highest place value should be 1, rest all should be zeros. Now write the prime factors of 10,000. Now let me start with the smallest prime number 2 5,000s. 2 5,000s are 10,000. Now leave 2 as it is, move to 5,000. 5 into 1,000. Now again this is 2 into 500. Stop here. This should be stopped here because this is the prime. Now again 5 into 100. Now stop this as 5 here. Move on to 100. 100 is 2 into 50. And this is 2 into 25. And this 25 can be written as 5 into 5. I do repeat once. 10,000 is the smallest 5-digit number. Express this in the form of its prime factors. Take a prime number and the next number, if it is composite also is okay. One factor, if you take the prime, it will be easy for you. 2 into 5,000 is 10,000. 5,000 can be written as 5 into 1,000. 1,000 can be written as 2 into 500. 500 can be written as 5 into 100. 100 can be written as 2 into 50. 50 can be written as 2 into 25. And 25 can be written as 5 into 5. Now write all the prime numbers which are present here. 5 into 5 into 2 into 2 into 5 into 2 into 5 into 2. Now count how many 2's are there. 1, 2, 3, 4. Therefore, prime factors of 10,000. 10,000 is equal to 2 into 2 into 2 into 2. First write all the 2's which are there. There are 4 number of 2's here. Then 5. 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 into 5 into 5 into 5. These are the prime factors of 10,000. Now let me move on to the next question. Find all the prime factors of 1729 and arrange them in ascending order. Now state the relation, if any, between two consecutive prime factors. First, divide 1729 with 7. Why we should take 7? Because you can divide with 3 also, and you cannot take 2 and 5 because we all know divisibility rule. Last number, if it is even, we can go for 2. If last number is 0 or 5, we can go for 5. Obviously 3 also, if you want, you can check after divide and check this number with 3. Let me take 7. 7 2's are 14. Then 7 2's are 14. This is 3 is remaining here. Take this 2 down. And then you write 7 4's are 28. 4 49. 7 7's are 49. This divides completely. Now write here 1729 can be written as 7 into 247. Now write the factors of 247. Let me write here 1729 solution can be written as 7 into 247. Now you divide this number again with any of the other numbers, or else 7 also you can take. Let me take any number 2, 4, 7, 13. 13 ones are 13. 13 twos are 26. You cannot go for 26. 13 ones are 13. If you write here 4 minus 3 is 1. 1 minus 1 is 1. This is 17. 13 nines are 117. Because we should get the prime factors of 247. Already we have got one prime 7. 247 can be written as 13 into 9. Now why we have written all the prime numbers here? There is a relation for this. 1729 if you write 7 into 13 into 19. Once again I will repeat the question. state the relation if any. That means you should show some relation here between two consecutive prime factors. Two consecutive prime factor means either these two or else these two. Any two you can choose. First let me take 7 and 13. If you choose 7 and 13, 13 minus 7 is 6. Now choose 13 and 19. Difference of 19 minus 13 is also 6. That means there is a relation between the prime factors of 1729. That is 7, 13 and 19. 19 minus 13 is 6. 13 minus 7 is also 6. Let me repeat the solution once. First take the number 1729 and divide it with 7 because we need a prime factor. 7 2s are 14, 17 minus 14 is 3. Take this 2 down. 7 4s are 28 because 32, 7 5s is 35. You cannot go for that. Take 28. Remainder is 4. Now go for the last number 9. As you take this is 49, 7 7s are 49. So 7 divides it completely. The factor of 1729 is 7 into 247. You can multiply quotient and divide. Now this 247 also should be factorized to prime factors. How to divide it? Take any prime number and divide it. 13 is a prime number. 13 ones are 13. 24 minus 13 is 11. Take this 7 down. This will become 117. 13 nines are 117. 117 minus 117 is 0. Now the prime factors are 13 into 19 is 247. Now arrange the prime factors in an order, that is 1729 is equal to 7 into 13 into 19. Now consider any two consecutive factors and show the relation according to the given question. 7 and 13 if you consider, 13 minus 7 is 6. 13 and 19 if you consider, 19 minus 13 is 6. That means the difference between the consecutive number is 6. This is the relation of this given problem. And the prime factors are 7, 13 and 19. Now let me move on to the seventh problem. The product of three consecutive numbers is always divisible by 6. Verify this statement with the help of some examples. You should consider three consecutive numbers and multiply them. Their product should be divisible by 6. So solution for this problem is consider three consecutive numbers. Any three you can consider, three consecutive numbers. Their product should be divisible by 6. Let me consider 2 into 3 into 4. 3 consecutive means continuous numbers. 2 into 3 is 6. 6 4s are 24. 24 is divisible by 6. Everyone knows because 6 is a factor of 24 and 24 is a multiple of 6. Now let me take one more example. 5 into 6 into 7. 5 6 are 30. 37s are 210. 210 is also divisible by 6. If you want to check, you can divide and check here. 6 3s are 18. 21 minus 18 is 3. 0. 6 5s are 30. That means 6 completely divides 210. So therefore these are the products of three consecutive numbers which are divisible by 6. Therefore you can write 2, 3 and 4. 5, 6 and 7. Product of these consecutive numbers are divided by number is always divisible by 6. Is always divisible by 6. Divisible by 6. Now let me move on to the next problem. The sum of two consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. Let me read the statement. The sum of two consecutive odd numbers is divisible by 4. Verify this statement with the help of some examples. Solution. Solution for this problem, as you can see, the sum of two consecutive odd numbers. First, consider two consecutive odd numbers. Consecutive odd numbers. The number should be odd and consecutive. First one, let me take 3 and 5. 3 plus 5 is 8. 8 is divisible by 4. 8 is divisible by 4. 3 and 5 are consecutive odd number. Consecutive odd number. Not only consecutive number, consecutive odd number. Next one, you should take any other number which should be divisible by 4. 7 and 9. This gives 7 plus 9 is equal to 16. Is also divisible by 4. 4. These two are the consecutive odd numbers. That means continuous odd. You know the odd number list is 1, 3, 5, 7, 9, 11, 13. In this way, only even number should be skipped in the middle. The very next odd number should be considered. So here we are considering 3 and 5, 7 and 9. If you add the two consecutive odd numbers, the sum should be the number which should be divisible by 4. Here 8 is also divisible by 4. 16 is also divisible by 4. Let me stop here and let us move on to the next problem in the next session or next video. Thank you.